being a fan too, I know obviously you're a lead pipe wielding professional. Got a U.S. Open. It's got to be pretty cool walking around Pebble Beach saying I'm going to call an event here and it's the U.S. Open. That's got to be pretty cool this week for you, Joe.
It's like I said to somebody the other day, it's like getting ready to do a World Series at Old Yankee Stadium or Fenway or Wrigley, or it's like calling an NFC Championship game at Lambeau. It's just different, It feels big, and people here. The security is unbelievable. I mean, it is impossible to get around here. It is locked down. And if you're going to be locked down in some place, being locked down looking at the Pacific Ocean and a golf course and the landscape around here, it's pretty spectacular. And I think the storylines on the PGA Tour and what's happened in the majors already this year with Tiger and then Brooks Koepka, sets up for Rory firing in here after what he did in the Canadian Open. I think there's a potential here for a really cool leaderboard, and that's not even mentioning Phil.
Yeah, and obviously Koepka going for 3 in a row. I mean, he owns back-to-back PGAs. He owns back-to-back U.S. Opens. Nobody's ever been able to say that at one single moment in history. And we played it just earlier in the show. Your video with Koepka this week, where he told you do such a great job with Romo and called you Jim. That was fantastic, Joe. That was very, very well done.
Next level self-deprecation. I sat down with him and did an interview, and he was great. And I know he mentioned Fox in his press conference, saying that Fox didn't have him in the promo. Isn't really accurate. And the side of the Fox building in L.A., I believe, has a gigantic picture of Brooks Koepka. But all that being said, I think that's just kind of the way he operates these days. He wants motivation. He wants to hear the crowd chanting DJ, DJ when a lead is slipping away on the back nine of the PGA, or he wants, to feel like everybody at Bellerive in St. Louis wanted Tiger to win. And that motivates him. And so he tries to find little things that get under his skin. Some are legit, and I think some are kind of manufactured, but that's the way he gets fired up. And whatever he's doing, he should keep doing because he's the number one player in the world.
Well, I mean, it seems like he's equal opportunity when it comes to that. So much was made of his girlfriend coming up to him before the round at the PGA, and he was just laser focused on everything. What is he like, Joe? I mean, is he like the guy that propped into your video like that?
Yeah, he was all smiles. He was happy. I think the interview is really good. We talked about the girlfriend thing in it. It's going to run today. We have a FS1 show, kind of a preview show, and we joked around about it. And he's funny, and he's a real sports fan. His great uncle's Dick Groat, who won 2 World Series and also played in the NBA. He's got great athletic genes in his family. I think, he could play pretty much any sport. He'd rather be playing baseball, but he's the world's number 1 golfer, and he's a huge baseball fan. He's a Red Sox fan. He's an Astros fan because of his friendship with Jim Crane, and he's just a regular kind of guy's guy. So there's nothing not to like off camera or personally, unless you're trying to beat him here at Pebble Beach. Then there's plenty to not like because he's really freaking good and isn't scared of anybody out here.
Joe Buck here. A few more minutes left with Joe on the Rich Eisen Show. Weather going to be good? Everything looks good? Because, again, the videos that you've been sending out, it looks perfect. So I'm wondering if it's expected to be that way. Amazing.
It is perfect, and they've had a ton of rain. I think the most rain they've ever had in May. So it's lush.
Mm-hmm.
You think of U.S. Open, especially recently, and it's last year at Shinnecock. It's kind of browned out. It's thinned out. They make it as difficult as they can, but these fairways are holding. If somebody's accurate off the tee, and here, with a couple of exceptions, you really don't have to be that long off the tee. Everybody's in this, so to speak, because it's not a bomber's paradise. So some guys, are going to maybe hit 3-4 drivers the whole round. And if that's the case, then that brings a lot of players into the potential winner circle. And I've talked to guys that know a lot more than me, but they're thinking 10, 12 under unless the wind blows. And right now, it's supposed to get windy maybe Friday, Saturday. It's supposed to be ideal on Sunday. So weather-wise, it couldn't be any better.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download The Rich Eisen Show app.